Ah yes, Actraiser 2, the sequel to the first Actraiser, published by Enix and developed by Quintet. There's a lot to say about the sequels here and listening to the wrong feedback. The original Activator was something of a glorious oddball, combining fairly easy town building with reasonably precise, albeit still a bit on the stiff side, platforming. It was an interesting mismatch of a game, and probably one of the better platforms on the console, or at least above average by most people's estimations. I can't honestly say the same for the sequel. Remember when I said about feedback? Well, someone thought, hey, let's remove the town building elements and make the protagonist move like he got unfrozen from carbonite. Was like ever a good idea? I would say hit this said person with a tomato, but it might just have been Enix interfering with production, and for what I've managed to gather, it's almost exclusively just that. I have played a lot of platformers in my day, but there are only a few where they actively suffer a downgrade in the sequel. Firstly, you have, as you've already noticed, Discount Arnold Schwarzenegger here moves as if he's still made of stone and jumps with all the urgency of a sloth. His double jump is frankly pathetic, and his glide dive usually leads to getting hit, and isn't really inflexible for dodging anything. I could forgive these if the rest of the design didn't suffer with it. This game seems to have gone down the very short but harder than fossils covered in titanium route, also known as multiple blockbuster rental syndrome. Firstly, stages are structured with as many cheap shots as they possibly can, and pits and enemy placements is set up in the same way to make your muscular stiff here eat as much damage as humanly possible. When I say damage, I do mean damage. This is easy mode, and I am still eating hits for a third of my total health. There are even enemies in later stages that have boss level health totals and still hit you for anywhere between a third to half of your health. I know some of you are saying, well, just get good. But I've completed harder games than this. Battletoads, 7th Saga, UN Squadron, all of these are harder games than this. But in 2 out of 3 mentioned, they have way better movement, or freedom of movement. There is a good game in here. There are positives. The sound is solid and reminiscent of Ghouls and Ghosts. The sprite work is fluid and detailed. It's just none of it is really enjoyable when the platforming, combat, and even the magic system are hamstrung. Now, comparing this to the original again for a moment. Yes, the hitbox in the original was a bit annoying, but the only hard part was the boss rush at the end of the game. Even that could be mitigated with smart magic use. You can't exactly say the same here. Taken as is, Actraiser 2 is a complete downgrade from the original. I heard there was a ROM hack out there that fixes some of the game's issues, but the default original is woefully below par. Sadly, this mistake of a sequel killed any chance of being a franchise. The real crime here isn't so much the broken sequel. It's giving players a taste of something different and unique in the original, than destroying any future that could have come from that. I am No Talent Red Mage. This is Actraiser 2. If you enjoyed this review, maybe hit... Hi, Iris. I am No Talent Raid Mage, and this has been Actraiser 2. If you enjoyed this review, maybe hit that subscribe button, and if not, feel free to flame me in the comments below. Either way, have a great day.